Hello and welcome. How good are they? How good are they? Many congratulations, Australia. I've just tweeted saying Meg Lanning's team is perhaps the greatest cricket team of all time. Comparable, if not better, than Sir Donald Bradman's 1948 Invincibles, Mark Taylor's team, Ricky Ponting's team, Steve Waugh's team. Perhaps the greatest cricket team of all time is Meg Lanning and her girls. Amazing. Multiple World Cup finals, multiple World Cup trophies, they don't know how to lose. Joining us from South Africa, from Newlands, will be Shubhayan Chakraborty. Here in the studio with me, Devashish Sen and Trisha Ghoshal. Trisha, how good are they?
I think they have forgotten how to lose. They just know how to make a... Though in the second innings, I wouldn't say that South Africa really looked threatening. Just a passage of play, which was going a little out of hand for Australia. But Australia is Australia. They just know what they want to do.
Yeah, and that's why we are also celebrating with this Aussie helmet right here. It's a very special one. I'll give it to you at the end of the show. But Devashish said, how good are they? I mean, the same question, just a notch above.
Yeah, we were discussing because when intermediate innings of South Africa restricted Australia to 156 or 10, we thought that, oh, come on, it match on. South Africa can spring a surprise. But that initial spell, how the fast bowlers bowled in the initial power play for Australia, and that somewhat played because Tasman Briggs was the informed batter. He got out, she got out for 10, and they never looked like they're going to take away the match. They're going to chase successfully because Australia relentlessly kept the pressure on, be it their fielding, be it their catching, be it their disciplined bowling, and that's the mark of a world champion side.
Do you think the start, the 3 overs and 8 runs, I mean, that was the issue because, and then it was always catch up. And against a team that feels as good, you've always got to be under pressure.
I think A, the start, and B, if you look into the Australian innings as well, they have played a lot of impromptu shots that we call, reverse sweeps, the patterns, because the ball was coming slow. But with South Africa, I think they played very predictable game because they succeeded last match. Having taken time, they thought we can take time here, but this was a slow pitch. 3 overs, 8 runs, you are always going to play the catch-up game, and this kind of pitches you cannot play catch-up games.
Devashish, do you think Australia sort of worked it out really well when all of us were saying 155 was chasing that? But what they were up against, they had worked it out in their mind what was a good total, and they knew they had the bowling to contain the South Africans. It was a near perfect game for Australia, except maybe those 2 misfields which went for boundaries.
Absolutely, and I also like to add that last 5 overs, Australia scored 46 runs. Actually, if you look in the bigger context of the final, had Australia scored, maybe if they scored around 140, 145, means things would have been different. But that 46 runs of the last 5 overs, and what a knock by Beth Mooney. Had she not played that innings, things would have looked very, very different for Australia.
How good is Meg Lanning by not coming out to bat at
she this is the reason I keep saying they are professionals and they will. Meg Lanning, probably one of the biggest batters in the world. She doesn't care. She knows at that point we need acceleration, send Ashley Gardner. And one word for Beth Mooney and one word for the audience. You guys keep shouting it's T20 cricket and you need hard hitters. Beth Mooney is the example. You don't need hard hitters alone. You also need anchors who can play smart cricket.
Beth Mooney has been absolutely fantastic. So has Shubhayan Chakraborty. Shubhayan, thanks for joining us. Hopefully your internet
Shubhayan is happy that South Africa lost.
Because he doesn't have to open his shirt and light it up for us. That's fine. But Shubhayan, overall an incredible tournament. South Africa have done themselves proud. They should be proud of what they've been able to achieve in this tournament. But having said that, Australia just too good. Shubhayan's internet is a bit choppy, always happens at the end of a game when you've got about 20,000 people around. So we will get him back, but he'll send us reports as well. Coming to you, Trisha, the same question. South Africa, let's do it one by one. South Africa, they've done enough to be really proud of their efforts.
Absolutely. I think, even today, most part of the game, they looked there, they matched Australia side almost. That they should be really proud of themselves. I think there is a lot of positive to take, not only for them, positives that they have given to the world of sport, the world of cricket.
And Australia, I mean, for a team which is as good, it's difficult to keep improving, but they've done that. Every subsequent tournament, you're like, these guys set the bar, these Australian girls set the bar. They are the team to beat. And to hold to that tag that we set the bar, we are the greatest team, and keep winning. Now that's incredible. Think about it, to soak in all that pressure. Because everybody knows I'm going to beat you.
Yeah.
If I beat you, I'm the boss. But to have that favorite tag and repeatedly say, we'll do it, this is an incredible sight.
Incredible segments. And what I like, Trisha was saying after the match ended, there was hardly any celebrations after that final ball. Once that final ball was gone, then we could see the Australians celebrating. So you could see once they were holding their nerves, they were calm in their approach. Means obviously the pressure of a final might have gone into South African players. Means, and that's huge amount of expectation before the start of the final. Obviously they have done the nation proud by being into the final. But to keep that pressure, because Australia having won 5 times, so they knew what it
Takes
to be the champion again. And that is what means. See, everyone, right from the captain Meg Lanning to the Ashley Gardner, Ben Mooney, they looked like a team. They looked like a team on a mission. Means obviously they had a bad day in the semi-final against India, but luckily they managed to cross the bar. But today was the final. So they also had the pressure, means the pressure to retain the championship, and they did it in style.
And how good is the temperament of that side? I mean, think about it. When they started out, Alyssa Healy wasn't a great start. I mean, Australia was going at 6.5, 7 and over, and we kept saying South Africa in the game. South Africa in the game. Then the Ash Gardner promotion. All of a sudden there was a jump. Even then the South Africans got it back. Marizan Carpet, but that's where it's about temperament, isn't it? I mean, to stay in there and get Laura Woolward just when she was sort of seeming that this is her night.
I think with Woolward and Triumph, if I may say, they were over-assuming hitting on the leg side. As I said, we needed a few, strokes, like a reverse sweep or something to break that angle. If you see the over in which Triumph got out, she kept firing it down the leg and kept moving and tried to hit the shot. Eventually she missed one because that was slower and lower. When the pitch is keeping low, this shot doesn't come easy.
And that bowling change to get Megan Schutt back against Laura Woolward.
Only a Lanning can do it.
Yes.
And Laura Woolward was playing the innings of her life. I mean, the straight shots, and how good is she? She's very Mithali Raj, right? Like very grace, all. I mean, you watch her bat and you're like, this is something for the eye. But then, let's go one by one. Let's think about 2-3 things. What has this tournament done for the women's game? Because this tournament has captured world attention. 15,000 people at the Newlands. Start of the WPL in a week from now. All of a sudden, the talk around the women's game is at a premium. How do boards capitalize? Think it's a 4-team game. It's India, it's South Africa, it's England, and it's Australia. New Zealand board has destroyed that team. So they are self-destructive. Sri Lanka, no money. West Indies, depleted. Pakistan, again, there are issues there. So if you think
in South Africa board, there are issues.
Yes, but this tournament hopefully will change things. So when you think about the overall framework, this tournament has the potential to change things.
I think it will, because especially with the momentum that South Africa has given, and I keep repeating this, I think Devashish had said it for the first time, that had it been an England-Australia final, I don't think it would have affected the game that much. It would have done anything for the game because it was supposed to be England-Australia all the time. But South Africa qualifying for the finals and playing the way they did in the finals changes a lot. I think all the boards will realize the potential in the game, and when I say potential in the game, I'm not talking about skills or talent alone. I'm talking about the business side. Because let's face it, there has to be a business side.
Without it, there's no sport.
And now WPL has a Gujarat Giants who has both Mooney and Gardner. And suddenly you have youngsters interacting with them. Your game uplifts and it suddenly becomes, instead of 4 team, somewhere 4.5 and then 5 in 2-3 years down the line.
There is potential, business potential, all of a sudden stars.
100%, it's huge potential. What this World Cup has done for women's cricket, in a whole instance, it's a,
Are you a convert? Will you now regularly watch?
absolutely. Take the instance for me. I was not. I am not a keen follower of women's cricket, but what this World Cup has done for me, I have been following this World Cup very closely,
And you've been interested. You were
absolutely.
watching every ball. You were making
Yeah,
notes.
absolutely.
In fact, Devashish, when he looks at his mobile, it is not he's looking at a mobile and disrespecting the show. No, he's got detailed notes there. At some point, I'll give you screenshots. I was actually sitting on the next chair, and he's got detailed notes there. I was reading some of it. That's homework for you. So the man is engrossed. Trisha has obviously been associated with the game for the last 20 years. Joydeep has now taken to the women's game. He commentates, he's in it. Our whole team, the whole studio was celebrating as if it was an India match when South Africa was going well. That's what it is about. The constituency has grown. Take Shubhan Chakrabarti. He's in it now. He's absolutely in it in South Africa. I think that's the biggest positive.
Absolutely, that's the biggest positive because means for a sport that's dominated by men's cricket, and then to have the women's World Cup, then to see the success of the women's World Cup, it does a world of good for women's cricket around the globe. Obviously, as you have rightly
Don't
mentioned.
give all the credit to them. I also have a little credit in you becoming a women's
100%, 100%. And thanks to Guria as well. Both of you has been monumental in forcing me to follow cricket. And,
It's great. It's a
absolutely.
fantastic sport. And you know, when we did our para football, and I told you the women's tournament was better than the men's.
Absolutely.
And it was the truth. And look at this tournament, the India semi-final, in all objective sense, was 200 times better than the India semi-final in the men's.
Absolutely.
England ran
Yeah.
exactly 14.2 overs, game done.
Game done.
Look at the women's game. Till the last ball, we were in the contest.
Yes.
So that's what the difference was. This was a game to win. That was a no contest. So when I think about it from the Indian standpoint, the semi-final was much better. That's why I keep saying, had we crossed the line? I think there are questions. I don't have my glasses.
Absolutely. So Serena Oziva says Meg Lanning is a more successful captain than punter now.
Oh, yeah. I tweeted. If you check my tweet, I think the only comparison is Bradman's Invincibles. I mean, 1948, and you know why I'm saying that? Because of the Second World War, some years were taken away from the Bradman team. Had it not been taken away, maybe they would have won a lot more cricket matches in that period. But the only comparison, Bradman, Steve Bow / Ponting and Lanning. I don't think, oh yeah, Clive Lloyd's West Indies. Apart from these teams, and even when I think in terms of Clive Lloyd's West Indies, they lost a World Cup final to India. Lanning's team lost a semi-final to India. Other than that, Lloyd 75, Lloyd 79, 83, runners-up. Lanning's team, multiple World Cup wins. They're right up there in the men and women. Whichever sport you call it,
Absolutely.
the Lanning team is up there.
But you know, I agree with Serena Oziva's next point. She says Australia wins so many World Cup because their WNCL tournament is supremely competitive. For those who do not know what is WNCL, it's their domestic tournament.
And today, and Elise Villani, who's not even part of the Australian squad, if you go and check the WNCL performances, look at the team that is playing, the players that are playing there. They could have made any international team, believe me, and could have gone to South Africa. Think about the depth in that side. When I checked the Big Bash WBBL a couple of years back, who would open? The ball and bat, Sophie Molyneux. There's no Sophie Molyneux in this side. She doesn't get a spot. There's Nick Carey. Nick Carey opens. There's no Nick Carey in this squad. There's no Elise Villani in this squad. Think about it, and you're like, boy, what's going on?
I think Australia alone can file 2-3 teams,
Yeah,
maybe, and one of them might be slightly bigger, but two of them will give you a run for your money. Having said that, I think I've pointed out in a number of shows, this is where WPL probably comes into play, but still I would say we need a stronger women's cricket structure.
There's your man there. Go to him.
Yeah, let's go.
Mr. Chakravarti, if you can hear us and if your internet permits, give us a sense. Your shot is saved, but that's all about it. What is the South African crowd telling you? How good are Australia?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Australia are too good, too good. South Africa were very, very cautious in the power play, I would say, and that is where they lost the game. I feel they were brilliant with the ball. 156 should have been chased. But the fans, it was so sad to see the entire stadium go a bit silent after that 6 overs, 7 overs. The volume just started to dip after each over, and that was very sad to see. But yes, the crowd that is coming out of the stadium right now, I don't know where I am present. I've walked almost 2 kilometers to get the internet. But the crowd that is coming out, they are proud of the girls. But yes, there's a bittersweet feeling that they could have probably crossed the line, or rather should have crossed the line.
What is your speed, walking speed? Trisha says 2 kilometers in 5 minutes. Can't be.
I've been walking since the 19th over. I got out in the 19th over, and I have been walking since then.
Then it's fine. I thought since the live start.
But tell us, Shubham, tell us, jokes apart, tell us, when Laura Woolmark was going, was there a buzz in the stadium, that partnership between Chloe Tran and Laura Woolmark?
Absolutely. Laura started a bit slowly, but when she started to take off, she hit a couple of huge sixes, 70, 78 meters, 80 meters. So the crowd was buzzing. Chloe Tryon, there was that sense of belief. Maybe they can pull off a miracle. But after that Ashley Gardner over where she gave away just 3 runs or 2 runs in that over, after that I think everyone lost that belief. Everyone was short of belief that maybe this Australian side is too good to play against, and that is what they showed. But a very, very bittersweet feeling, an anti-climax you can say to this tournament. But South Africa, this team has done the entire country proud, and this hopefully CSA will take this over, will cash on it, and pave way for many youngsters or many domestic players in the coming years.
Okay, we've got 7 more minutes on the show. 2 quick announcements. Player of the match, Beth Mooney, no surprises. Player of the tournament, Ashley Gardner, no surprises. Australia all the way. Many congratulations to Beth Mooney and Ashley Gardner. Let me take high points of this particular tournament from all our panelists. Devashish Sen, if I ask you for your high point of this World Cup, will it be a Richa Ghosh in the first couple of games? Will it be an Ashley Gardner? Will it be that Harmanpreet innings in the semi-final, or that partnership, Jemima and Harmanpreet? What will it be? Or you want to think about it? I'll go to Trisha first.
I would say, obviously, I would say that Harmanpreet knock.
The semi-final
knock means obviously
she
was under immense pressure. Means she was not in form, not in the best of form, but still she was not well. What might be the reason? But the manner she came and inspired the Indian team, and that partnership with Jemima almost took India home. Means, unfortunately, she was run out. But to me, that stands out. Means obviously, being an Indian, I would keep. For me, the moment of the match has to be
the moment of the World Cup. Trisha, your moment of the World Cup.
I will go the Australian bit. That doesn't mean I'll choose an Australian player. What it means is I'll be professional, and I think it's Ayabonga Khaka's spell in the semi-final. It completely changed the match because England also bats deep. So it's not like once you get an axever, the match is in your hands. But in 1 over 3 wickets, completely finished them.
Shubham Chakraborty, your high point of the World Cup?
Oh, there are so many. Pakistan opener Siddiqui scoring a century, first Pakistani woman to score a century. Pakistan posting the highest total against India in T20 World Cups and Women T20 World Cups. India chasing it down. So many good performances. Elise Perry diving in the 18th over, saving.
One. Don't tell us all the stats of the tournament. One.
but yes, Elise Perry diving in that 18th over and saving 4 crucial runs, which was the difference, I guess, against India. Then Ashley Gardner's spell today, she was absolutely brilliant. Beth Mooney carrying, I don't know how many matches Beth Mooney has won for her country. She does it every time, every big stage. Beth Mooney, Meg Lanning, they are always there. And another high point in today's match, Meg Lanning demoting herself in that batting order and allowing others, Grace Harris and others to come up and pose that total against. And Shabnim Ismail clocking 128 is another high point of this tournament. So many tournaments. It's very hard to shortlist 3 or 4.
One.
We'll give him the grace. He's taken mine, but I will say also that 19th over bowled by Chase. Because I thought India was there. India was very much there. 2 overs 20 and 1 over 16 is a hell of a difference. 2 overs 20 and like 19 times out of 20 in a T20 contest with wickets in hand, reasonable wickets in hand, you can get there. And that 4-run over, Jess Jonathan, how good was she? And she stopped a Deepti Sharma, she stopped a Sneha Rana, and all of a sudden it was a bridge too far for India. Last few minutes on the show, when I look back, and now Australia, by far the best team in the world, no debate. South Africa and England, I would rate them at par. And India. Can India catch up thanks to the WPL? Say in 2 years' time, whenever the next World Cup is, do you think by then India will be the challenger?
Of course. I think not only 2 years' time. To be honest, Boria, I do believe that we still have talent even before WPL. It's just that we don't nurture them well. To be very honest, Shafali started being inconsistent. If you think Shafali started being inconsistent after she was peppered with short balls in the England tour. I don't know how many people have worked with her, how many people have spoken to her, but doesn't seem to have affected her much. So either way, I feel grooming part is important, but I know for a fact that we are going to be challenges, we are going to be tough to face, and we are going to be the team to beat.
One thing that you would want to see.
Absolutely, I was just about to say. One drastic difference that I have noticed in this World Cup, in this Women's T20 World Cup with India and other top teams like Australia, South Africa and England is the fielding. We need to improve our fielding. That's the absolute and what mandatory means. You need to be a better fielding side fitness-wise. Then only you can match the teams like Australia, England and South Africa. That has been a drastic difference because talent-wise we do have the skills and talent, and with WPL only going to get better. But as far as fielding is concerned, we need immediately BCCI needs to appoint a fielding coach, get a permanent bowling coach, not a stopgap one like the one we have with Troy Cooley. Get a
BCCI should actually get someone like a Nushin Alkadi who has been with these girls, because most of the girls play for Railways. So she has coached most of the girls. You get her as the bowling coach. She has been fantastic as a coach. Hasn't lost a single trophy. Under 19 girls, Chhattisgarh, wherever she went, she has made a difference as a coach. And you have that person there. Why aren't you utilizing?
Chakraborty, the one thing that you would want to see in this Indian team, I mean the BCCI or this team from this World Cup experience?
I think I completely agree with Devashish here. I think the fielding standards need to improve. And even today, if you saw both the teams, South Africa were diving around. Australia, they have always been great. But the fielding standards need to improve. We'll get batters, we'll get good bowlers. But fielding is something which I certainly feel we are very, very far away from the top teams. But apart from that, we need at the top three, we need a consistent hitter. That a power hitter at the top of the order. Number 7, Deepti Sharma. Okay, she has done well recently, but we need another power finisher apart from Richa Ghosh in that lower middle order. So hopefully the WPL will lay that foundation, but we need to.
Sorry, Shubham, you have Pooja Vastrakar, but you are not utilizing her. It's not about.
Yes.
I feel in women's cricket the biggest problem is we do say that we don't have this, we don't have that. It's not about not having. It's about having and not utilizing properly. Today they had mentality, but they knew Ashley Gardner will be more useful. It is about utilizing. It is not about having or not having alone, because India has the talent.
Yeah, but with Pooja, what they do sometimes they drop her, which is why she has not cemented a place in that playing 11. If someone apart from Richa Ghosh can come and be a permanent member, not permanent is too hard, but yes, be a very crucial part of that batting unit. But then I think India will improve. But they need power hitters in the top three. Shefali, okay, you are there, but inconsistent. But you need a consistent power hitter.
Okay. I will say add a psychologist. Add a psychologist because he's a young mentor, whatever, mental conditioning coach. However you want to describe it, the role is the same because there is fragility. We've seen that in 2020, we've seen that in 2022, and things haven't improved. So that's something that the BCCI and the team management needs to take notice. Give Rishikesh Kanitkar a longer rope if you believe in him.
Right.
Get Nushin Al-Khadir, for example, as the bowling coach. You've got a Shubhadeep. If you want to give him a longer run, or if you want to get somebody else as the fielding coach, get a mental psychologist in. There is a lot of money in Indian cricket, in Indian women's cricket as well. So, and I will keep insisting it's Indian cricket. So, we are there. It's just that final step. That's why Abhinav Bindra says that Olympic Games doesn't come every 4 years. It comes every day. It has to come every
Yeah.
day. The World Cup doesn't come every 2 years anymore. It comes every day. Whether it's a T20, whether it's a 50-over cup. In India, they are knocking the doors now. It's time to break open. Shubhan Chakraborty, enjoy
Right.
your next couple of days in South Africa before we see you back in the studio. Trisha wants a gift.
Shubhan,
That is why
yes.
she's- I know
Absolutely.
that. That is why she's raising her hands. That she wants
No,
a
I
gift.
have given Shubhan a duty. I hope he has done that. Otherwise, you're not coming back.
Okay, whatever the duty is, we
I've
don't
got,
want to private
I've,
talks.
Yeah, absolutely.
out of the two gifts, I have one done. Second, it was impossible to even go near her. So 50-50. I'll be.
Private talk, not on the show. You guys do whatever you all want, no problem. Shubhan Chakraborty, have a blast, yes. And next
Thank you.
couple of days, go to the top of Table Mountain, have a bottle of wine, do whatever you want, enjoy yourself, and get some coins for Rohan as well. Get some
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
cool stuff for Devashish. And send us your final thoughts, which is our review piece for tomorrow morning, because it's
Yes.
been a great tournament for the sport.
Yep.
Because Australia may have won, South Africa has won hearts, India knocked the doors, England is a team right up there. Commercially, the game is viable. Fan-wise, the game is viable. Potential-wise, there is marketability. Corporates are getting attracted to it. Young girls are getting attracted to it. Aspirationally, the game is there. That's what you want as a sports fan. This is now a marketable property. It justifies the decision to invest in the property. That's why we send Shubhan. We believe, we as a collective believe in this sport as much as we do for the men's game. So for the only woman in our midst, she can wear the Australian helmet for tonight.
But you were supposed to share who's this.
Once again.
So this is David Warner's 100th match helmet. It's signed by David Warner for his 100K. So this is a very special helmet. So this goes to Trisha for tonight. I'm not giving it to her, just allowing her to wear it. And Shubhan Chakraborty, well done.
Thank
Devashish said the new convert for the women's game, Joydeep Mukherjee, for all his insights, to all our back-end boys. Shopnil Mukherjee, our producer, who has done great work, disappears time and again, but that's fine. Rohan Chaudhary, always with his back and enjoying himself. Rahul Giri, Manoj Jana, of course, Orko Rudro, and our entire team here at Rev Sports. It's been fun. Umakanto Roy for all his inputs and great comments, which keeps us in great spirits. Plus, all the food that we have, all the fun that we have in our studios while bringing all of this to you. And Shubhan, your walking speed is the other high point of this world. You have walked 2 kilometers every day. So when you come, you can all be
I've almost crossed this lane. I've almost crossed this lane. I've hardly walked for 20 seconds.
You are a walking machine. So let's put it that
I'm
way.
scared we will open this door
Thank
and
you.
see Shubhan.
Yes. Don't try and walk from South Africa to India. Take the flight, then walk. Not before that, okay? So on that note, thank you very, very much, folks, for watching. Many congratulations to the Australian cricket team. They are the best in the world. And many congratulations to the ICC and to South Africa for having done so well as hosts. Thank you very much for watching.